He knew that they had a relationship, and yet he ignored it. He ignored each and every victim of Jeffrey Epstein when he chose to appoint him as the ambassador to the United States of America.
It won't come as a surprise to anyone that Mandelson is the latest political crisis of Keir Starmer's premiership. The leaking of sensitive government material to Jeffrey Epstein is very concerning, as is Mandelson's links to Peter Thiel's spy tech company Palantir, which is closely linked to the NHS in the UK, raising concerns over a network of influence spanning Epstein, Thiel, Mandelson and sensitive government contracts. Then we have Mandelson and Morgan McSweeney using Labour together to pull strings and keep control of their party and government in the hands of insider pals. It raises real questions about what this right-wing and pro-Israeli network did during Labour's general election selections in Scotland, where we saw parachute candidates imposed on constituencies they'd barely set foot in, some not even living in Scotland at all. There remain many questions, and with the police now investigating, this saga will run for months.
I'm now concerned about the implications of that for Scotland. So I've asked the Permanent Secretary in the Scottish Government to conduct an investigatory audit of all of our transactions at that time, and also the transactions in relation to our engagement with Peter Mandelson just last year in relation to the issue of whisky tariffs in the United States, to see if in any way, shape or form the position and the interests of Scotland have been undermined as a consequence of the behaviour that Peter Mandelson has been involved in.
While in the Scottish Parliament, John Swinney highlighted the efforts of the Scottish Government in helping people into work against a backdrop of Westminster decisions like the employer's national insurance hike, which is costing us jobs.
By targeting investment and providing tailored support and a focus on skills, we're determined to create pathways into work for thousands of people. The £90 million that was announced by the Deputy First Minister earlier this week will provide £40 million to support parents most at risk of poverty into training and employment, £5 million for specialist services to help disabled people access sustainable work, and £39 million for the all-age approach supporting people furthest from the labour market towards employment. The Government is also giving consideration in the formulation of the Child Poverty Delivery Plan, which will be set out to Parliament before we rise for the election, to further measures that will support individuals to access employment as part of our work to tackle child poverty.
Scotland is the only part of the UK which has seen child poverty falling, and we could do even better with the full powers of independence. This week, I was delighted to join with Iranian friends and human rights activists in Berlin to support calls for a free, democratic and secular Iran. I congratulate the EU on prescribing the IRGC as a terrorist organisation. It's high time the UK did likewise and fast-track the proposed legislation to do so. As always, until next week, stay safe and keep making the case for independence.